Hi, I'm Sifu Nick. Welcome to my studio here in Phoenix. My buddy Saul Black here from blacksunrenaissance.com is going to help me out as we show you some fighting applications from the first section of the wooden dummy form. So the first ideas we're going to look at is using your Gaan Sau, as we do at the beginning of the form. As you recall, start here, we sink a little bit, we rise, and we make contact with the arm with this front hand, which is your Maan Sau component of your guard hands. So we can use it just like that to help take off just some of the lighter shots that would come on the outside of the arm. So if I have my guard up and I'm taking shots coming in this way, I can put that up and deflect those without too big of a deal. If I'm playing really nasty, then you can go and try to flick the eye on the way in as well. Now, better than standing in one spot, even if we are driving with the body, is actually to move away from the strike and then send that out just a little bit to check the incoming punch. So if we're a little bit more dynamic, I'm going to step away as the punch comes in and just shoot that out. I don't want to overcommit and really reach way out here, because if he fence and I overdo it, then I eat it pretty easy. So we're just coming out, maybe we're in front of the shoulder, and it's just going to be a little bit more for these light, quick ones that I've got to deal with. Now we're going to look at the part where we go from Bong Sau to Taan Sau using the Sima stepping coming around the side. So what's all this business about? When I go into Bong Sau, I don't want to stay there. So for example, my guard's up here and Saul grabs my hand down so he has a clear shot of my head. I used my bong to defend, that was great, but now my side's open, my elbow's vulnerable, where he can crank my shoulder, right? So I can't stay here. I've got to have an option of moving out of this real quick. So I've got my guard up here. He pulls down my lead hand so that he has a clear shot. I use my bong to save me. But now I've got to get my elbow back down. If I only just drop here, he'll just double pump this and hit me again. So that doesn't work out. But you combine that with the Sima footwork, and it's going to keep me safe. So there, come to the side. And the best timing, so he lops, he strikes. When I feel the pressure change here, is exactly when I step. So he pulls back to come hit me here. That's when I go. So in the form, when I do the step, we strike rather low to the body. When we do this application, we can mix it up in a variety of ways. So I can use the bong to defend the punch, get off the side, strike to the head. I can strike low. Oftentimes I find even better if I don't strike to the head or the body, but instead control the elbow. Then you can move in and finish off with other things. I found works for applications. Thanks. Next, we're going to look at real simple usage of the Gaan Sau, starting from broken. And this high hand, instead of being a defensive clearing hand, is actually going to be used to strike. We're squared off here, and I'm about to take a low shot on this side. Again, I'm going to step away want to move the target out of the way, and then I can get my simultaneous attack at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Let's look at the other side. Yeah. So again, I step away. Very important to move the feet for fighting and drilling fighting applications. Oftentimes in our Wing Chun practice, we do a lot of work where the feet are fixed. This forces the hands to get better, but when it actually comes time to use this stuff and preventing yourself from getting hit, please move your feet. It makes so much of a difference when you're actually fighting. We look at that again. The Gaan Sau, I move here, I move away, cover, and then simultaneously attack. Okay. Next idea is we're going to look at an option for using Kwan Sau. So I've messed up and say he's got both of my wrists down here. At the moment, his hands are busy, so it's not too bad of a situation unless he starts headbutting me or something. Yeah, and he likes to do that. But I can move immediately to take control of the position again if I step to the outside as I Taan and then Bong Sau. So now I've got his outside, I can put pressure on the elbow if he decides he wants to continue to hang on to all this. Quite often though, I'm here, I move off to the side, yeah, and he'll get smart and let go of one or both hands. And then we can continue to move around from there, and I'll try not to make that same mistake again. So another way to use the Kwan Sau is actually I'm just gonna sit here and relax and wait. If I'm tense, he can move me around, and when he does decide to go hit me, my response time is gonna be diminished, and I'm probably gonna get hit. But if I'm here, and I just chill and relax because his hands are busy, he's not hitting me, I'm gonna wait until I feel him let go with one hand and be smart. Yeah, he does it with, he lets go of the lower hand. If he lets go of the upper one, it's really much easier to deal with. But if he's smart, he's gonna let go of the lower hand because he can kind of control both, even if he just is holding on to the top one. Show that? Yeah, he's got me sandwiched here. So I've got to figure out something I can do to get my hands back up in control. So what we're going to do is, again, I wait until I feel the hand come away, step away, and then I use my Kwan Sau. By bonging with the lower hand, which we do with Kwan, makes a little bit more of a gap for me to get my hand out. And when he lets go, then I bring this hand through the window, step out of the way, it gives me more space and time, and get my hands up so I can defend. I hope you enjoyed this part of the video series. In the next installment, we'll be looking at section 2 of the dummy form, and maybe more. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss anything. Happy training.